Ignition.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another race analysis presented by Newtype Cycling. I'm your host, Jared. I'm riding solo dolo today. We are at the Herbalife Criterium just outside of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. This is the last round of the spring series for the Triad Criterium. It's been a long haul, man. We've got one more race in the spring series over at the Dixie Crit over at the fairgrounds. But let me tell you, man, this has been a rough back half of the season, or back half of the series for me. I'm coming to find out that it is super tough to maintain this like high VO2 max criterium fitness, you know, whenever you're doing a weekly series like this and you're racing twice a night. Quick, give a look up at the track map right here, and you'll see where the wind direction is coming from. This is a big factor in today's race, like where you wanted to pull and stuff like that. This is a smaller field. I want to say it was like just at 20 people. And it was super sketch. There was a lot of younger guys in the ride, and just check the arrow right here on the left. A little bit of sketch wheel work, but it got to me this ride. Normally it doesn't get to me, but it really made me super hesitant coming into later stages, and we'll check into that. We're jumping ahead right now, about 14 minutes in, and it's been very touchy. People are very just like all over the place. We're going to see a crash right here on the far left of the screen. We got a guy goes down, takes a big digger. That's Brandon. We'll see. Luckily, him and his teammate sent me their footage right here. Check out the arrow, and you'll see Brandon coming through and just touch his wheels, cross his wheels, and just get squeezed and just eats the concrete, man. Gosh, dude, I can't imagine going down right here on this really sticky concrete, going right there like 25 miles an hour. That was Brandon's first crash. He took it like a champ. He got up and ended up driving home, and the medic there on site checked him out and everything like that. But I hate to see that. You know, if you rewind it back there, like we were going about 5 wide through that corner, and guys were just kind of being super aggressive and weren't really giving room on that corner, and it kind of just happens. So super unfortunate, but that's crit racing, man. He'll be back at it again soon, man. Jumping ahead right now, I'm on the attack, 17 minutes in, and I was just like, this is like a couple laps after Brandon's crash, and I was pretty much just over it. You could feel the like intensity and the anxiety of the race ramp up. So I put on a little tack right here. Shannon's coming up in the rear cam, red kit, red trek, and we start stringing the field out a little bit. I do a head check right here, and I know that Shannon's on my wheel, and I'm trying to communicate with him to see if he can relay some information to me on where we're at. Are we bringing everybody up? Should I pull anymore? But doesn't really communicate. No big deal, but I kind of just do my little effort, roll through, and look back right here through the corner, and I see that we've got a little bit of a gap. And so I hop in third wheel, and we're rocking and rolling. So this is kind of like a slight headwind coming through this middle part of the section, and it can wear on you. But when you take this turn, it's kind of like a cross tailwind. But we've got a bit of a gap, and I think if we would have, I'm really tired right here. I'm running 193, so I pull to the right, let these guys come through that are stronger, a little bit more fresh, slot back in, try and regain the wheel. This guy right here in the black skin suit, yellow shoes, super strong, has the Ironman tattoo on his calf. Either you laugh at that or you respect that tattoo, and tell you right now, for this race, you got to respect it. This dude puts in work the entire race. First time racing with him, super good bike handling skills, super strong guy. So super fun to race with some new faces from time to time, and try and figure out their strategy and throughout the race. This gets pulled back where nothing really goes of it, but we kind of just let the Ironman guy with the black skin suit roll off the front a little bit, and Matt up here on the front, green shoes, he just is like slow rolling this. We're going 22. I mean, the last lap we were going 28, 30. So really difference in pace. Well, look up in the front left. Guy up on the front, he goes. He starts putting a digger in. He keeps looking back, and he's like, oh, wait. Like, he doesn't even really have to put in a big effort. Luckily, these guys sense that, and they start to do the counters to reel them back in. You'll see the guys in the blue and the yellow kits right here. There's 3 of them, and some guys do some work, some guys don't. From what I gathered or what I heard, there was like a Nicaraguan national champ or something other. I'm probably totally botching that stat, but it's the guy right here is the champ and takes his turn. Watch it. He overcooks his turn and goes completely out of bounds and goes on the right side of the kiosk right here. And dude, I was pissed. He goes way over there to catch this break of the rider in the black kid up front and just blatantly goes out of bounds and off course. It super annoying. His teammates don't like put him in check either, which pissed me off even more. But at the end of the day, like, you know, we're out here racing for high five and Doritos in Cat 4-5 race. So, you know, no money's on the line or anything like that. But we're threatened by this. So me and Shannon go again off the front, and we've got a good gap, but we've got to go run these guys down or they're going to get away. Like I mentioned before, I haven't ridden with these guys that are up off the front yet. I've never raced with them, so I don't know how strong they are, and we've really got to go after it. Shannon does a hero pull right here. I did not realize he was going to pull this long, so you see me like getting up on his left side multiple times because I was waiting for him to just pull off and flick me through, but he never did, and he just pulls really, really long. We've got Jason, a buddy from Charlotte. He's on my wheel right now in the rear cam, and we've got a good gap. And Shannon finally flicks me through, and I start pulling. And luckily, these guys are pretty close, but we've got a good gap. But I'm tired. This is literally like 3 laps between me doing two attacks, and I don't have the fitness right now this late in this series. It was been really tough for me to kind of figure out how to maintain that fitness, that criterion fitness, and so it's super tough. But now we've got another guy bridging up with us. This cat's from Charlotte too, so it was pretty fun to be able to race with some other local Charlotte guys that I've ridden with before, and really kind of come out here and try and put the hurt on the rest of the field and pull back these attacks. So super cool. But if you see the rear cam, we've got guys trickling and rolling through and stuff. So we started getting a little bit bigger of a group, but we're still really strung out in the back half of the field. I let a gap open up right here. I don't think I pedaled through. I think I coasted probably 2 pedal strokes too soon, and it literally opened up that big of a gap. Like, that's how important it is to make sure you're pedaling through the majority of the corner on this one. And so I'm cooked, and I have to like rotate back through this thing because I feel like I'm about to pop right now. And that headwind section is really kicking my butt because it's kind of a cross headwind, and then now it's coming into a cross tailwind. So it was super tough. It is cool how this track is, the wind does change. So even though you race it every week or every other week, that you get a little bit of different strategy and race course, race conditions with the wind. So it's pretty cool. Jumping ahead, we're 4 laps to go, guys. I'm still like super frustrated about the guy in the blue and yellow kit that went out of bounds, and those guys that like been off the front for a while. We finally reeled them in, and then we're just cutting ahead now. But everyone kind of chilled and caught their breath, and then boom! If you look off the front, the kid in the black skin suit goes, and it's kind of hard to see. We've got a little bit of traffic going up, but then the same guy who went out of bounds, he attacks too. So we've got 2 guys up on the attack doing the chase, and we just don't get organized right here a little bit. I I think Shannon goes up in the red kit, red Trek. He starts motoring through to pick up the pace. But they've got a really solid gap right here, and I've got my heart rate down a little bit lower, and I'm feeling a little bit better. But I just don't have the snap in my legs right now in this race to really be on the front and be in that solid position coming down with 3 laps to go now. It's been a pretty tough grind, but they've got a good 5-second gap on us, and I'm coming to find out that those guys up there are super strong. So yeah, I mean now, yeah, it's 2 laps to go right here. Look in the left-hand corner, coming down the left-hand, you're seeing them both right there. They've got, still another 5, maybe 6-7 second gap on us. And those dudes are motoring through. And we're all trying to get organized right here to go chase this thing down with 2 to go. And with this being such a short track, it's really tough to laps can get away from you really quick. Everyone lets up right here, and I just coast kind of very chill to the front. And we're all talking. It's like, hey, who's going to do what? Are we going to bring it back? And I just blatantly told him, Austin straight up right here, Austin in the blue, red shoes on the right. I told him, I was like, no, man, there's no way I can go right now. I'm too beat. And so he gets up on the front. I'm shouting at everybody, though, trying to motivate people, even though I have zero juice to do it myself. Doesn't really work this time, but it's all good. You see up in the front, they're right at the crest of the hill. They're essentially right at the start-finish line that break is, and they're so far away. There's just no way we can get them back. And props to those guys for being super strong and putting in that break. But you could definitely tell that I know everyone has to start in Cat 5 and Cat 4 or whatever, but you could definitely tell they were leaps and bounds ahead of us, at least on this day. So it happens from time to time. No big deal, man. But coming on the last lap to go, I am way in the back, not out of position. I'm probably 7th wheel right now. We're going to come up on a ton of lap traffic. And again, you've heard me, guys, every single week, for some reason, it's always in the last freaking corner that we end up with 3 or 4 guys in lap traffic. It's super annoying. So I put in a little dig right here and try and use this tailwind to my advantage, but I'm not gonna risk dive bombing into this corner when we've got 3 or 4 lap riders coming through. But I try and stay safe, pump it out. I believe I get 9th. It is what it is, man. It's been super tough to maintain this fitness throughout this entire season. So we've got one more race coming up at Dixie at the fairgrounds. We'll be posting that in the following week. So appreciate it, guys. Take it easy.
Mission.